OSO, authorization as a service.
Hey everyone, today I'll be introducing OSO's new MCP server aimed at helping to improve the developer experience when migrating to OSO or iterating on an OSO policy. But first, what are MCPs? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and as the name suggests, it's a protocol for standardizing the way LLMs interact with external tools. It's described as the USB-C port for AI applications, and eliminates the need for developers to duplicate tool implementations across projects. Beyond tools, MCP also supports resources, like files or database records, and prompts, which are reusable templates to provide richer context for LLMs. So what does our MCP server do? Let's take a look at a simple application that is connected to our MCP server to see how it can enhance the developer experience. Here we have an app that models permissions in the world of Mario. It exposes a single API called Move to help characters move into a specified kingdom. Under the hood, it uses the OSO authorize API to make sure the character is allowed to live in the kingdom. If we take a look at the polar policy, actors are called characters, and we have two resources, kingdom and warp pipe. Let's use our AI assistant to help understand the rest of the details of our policy. Explain my policy in policy.polar. Awesome. It's taken a look at our policy file and identified the key resources. The actors are called characters. There's a kingdom resource, defines the permissions, roles, and role hierarchy. A key point here is that citizens, including leaders, can live in the kingdom, because leaders automatically get citizen privileges. We also have a warp pipe resource. Here we have permissions, roles, and also relations. Each warp pipe belongs to a kingdom. In our permission rules, anyone who is a citizen of the related kingdom can warp through the pipe, but only builder role holders can destroy the pipe. And a small caveat is that leaders of the related kingdom automatically become builder of the warp pipe. Now let's do a sanity check to make sure Mario has permission to live in Mushroom Kingdom. We already know he's a citizen, so he should have permission. Great, Mario is authorized to live in Mushroom Kingdom. Now what about Bowser? Awesome. Bowser is not allowed to live in Mushroom Kingdom, as expected since he's not a citizen. Let's say Yoshi moves to Mushroom Kingdom. Let's create a new load script and register him as a citizen. So here we can see we're adding a has role fact for Yoshi as a citizen of the Mushroom Kingdom. Let's run that script. And then let's check if Yoshi has permission to live in Mushroom Kingdom now. Looks like something's wrong. Yoshi doesn't seem to have permission to live in Mushroom Kingdom. But we definitely added the role for him as a citizen. And looking at the policy, citizens should have permission to live in the kingdom. Let's ask our AI assistant. Why is Yoshi not authorized to live in Mushroom Kingdom? Oh, there we go. The agent was able to discover our MCP's tools and use them to get the policy to understand the authorization rules, and then gets the facts that we have stored in OSO, and then double checks whether or not Yoshi is actually authorized to live in Mushroom Kingdom. Seems like it found the issue. we have a typo in the load script. We assigned Yoshi lowercase Mushroom Kingdom citizenship, but we're actually checking for the uppercase Mushroom Kingdom citizenship, which is what all other characters are assigned to. This is a simple application, but when they get more complex, simple mistakes like these can be easily overlooked, especially if you don't have context on Polar. Now let's fix the typo. Load the fact into OSO, and now, when we check again, Yoshi is allowed to live in Mushroom Kingdom once again. Now I want to see if the AI agent can do a little more complex reasoning to find another issue with our setup. We added Toad as a character, who has the builder permission on several warp pipes that belong to the Mushroom Kingdom. Let's check if Toad is allowed to live in Mushroom Kingdom. Oh, looks like he's also not authorized. Why is that? Why is Toad not authorized to live in Mushroom Kingdom? Ah, looks like Toad is missing his citizen role on the kingdom. He was only granted the builder roles on the warp pipes. Now this could be on purpose. In our world, maybe warp pipe builders don't need to be citizens of the kingdom it belongs to. They could be contractors from other kingdoms. Either way, in order to solidify this behavior, we should write some tests in our policy to bake in these assumptions. Let's use the AI agent's help again with this one. Add tests to my policy. Awesome. Looks like we now have a comprehensive set of test cases, and the AI agent even helped validate the Polar policy file and test it using our MCP server to make sure it actually works. And that's it. You can get started with our MCP server today by heading to our docs for more information on how to set the connection up. Thanks for watching.